Hello, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. 444 solved, look at that. We are going to continue in the mismatch area. I think I was heading down to below. I think I had a couple of really hard puzzles in a row. Yeah, it was these two sixes. I think I might have only managed 2 or 3 in the last episode. So there was this one, which... oh yeah, that was difficult. Then this one way down here, which took me a long time. Is that a puzzle? I can't tell what that is. I guess maybe it's one of these torches. Can't quite see the flames dancing though. Okay, so let's go down here. A couple puzzles. What have we got? Mismatch rose windows. Okay. So, I think right away I can see that there's going to be no crossing over. Imagine for a second that this one gets this. This can't do anything at all. Or if this one takes this, same problem. So I think that is going to take that path. I can't say the same about this, I think. Actually, yes, I can. We can't do this, or this can't get a blue. And I can't... I mean, that doesn't help. So, we are doing that. And we are doing these. So, how am I making them all different? So I think what I'm going to need, they're all at least 4 long. I'm going to need 1 4 long, 1 4 long with a corner, 1 5 long, and 1 5 long with a corner. But wait. Oh, okay, yeah. One of them's already 5 long. No, these are the same. No. Can I use some logic here? Come on. So if I grow this one, I would have to grow this. And there we go. Alright, that was straightforward enough. And I suppose down here now. Oh. Okay, so that's my 1. This will have to emerge, this will emerge, this will emerge, this will emerge. Oops. Yeah. What else can I say? Okay, so the biggest this one can be is an angled 3. Could also be a 2. If it is a 2, then I wouldn't be able to grow this one left, because if I did, it would match this unless it grows again, but that would limit this one. So if that does go left, perhaps I would grow this one down. Then 2 is taken. So this one would have to be, and 3 is taken because this would have to be at least 3 in size. This one would have to be at least 3 in size. This one would have to be at least 3, so with this... 3 is taken, so we've got to keep going. And keep going. going. And keep going. So 4 is now taken, so this has to keep going. What else? This needs to grow. Now I'm into the realm of fuzziness. I mean, this is all based on this being a 1x2. But I think everything so far is okay. Obviously some things are not finished. So that would be finished. These are all finished. But I shouldn't do that because I'm not certain of them. But what I'm testing right now is this. Now, if this turns this corner, it must also go here. If it doesn't turn the corner, it still has to go here. So these are connected. If this one goes left, it must still go right. So it goes right no matter what. They are connected. This is my only 5 at the moment. It could be as is. Now a 3 alone isn't enough. It could be a T. This 4 isn't good enough because I've got a 4 up there. So it has to be at least 5. I don't have a 5 locked in. So that could be finished. I've got a 4-piece. I think this is okay. As long as this is a T, this is an L, this is a long L, and this is an O. Okay, so I got lucky with that, I think. Kind of curious as to whether I could have... So that's the one. If I'm going to have this coming around the corner, will this break quite quickly? So I'm not allowed a 1 here, but I have to be at least 2. Same here. Now that has to be the 2 in this case. So this would have to come around the corner, but it can't be a 3, so it has to grow more. I've got 1 taken, 2 taken, and corner taken. So this would have to be at least this, and this would have to be at least this. It's got to grow more. It's got to grow more. 3 isn't taken. This could be okay. Just wondering when this is going to break. Like, how lucky did I get last time? It's at least this. That's at least this. Now, here I think we're about to break. It can't stop there because I've already got 2. It can't go around the bend, otherwise this is broken. So yeah, that did break relatively quickly. I do wonder though if there was some logical leap that I could have made. Good. Alright, so I don't see any more down on this little floating island. And I was looking over here, and I can't see anything available there either. Oh, they're windows. That's what I was looking at. I'm not seeing anything on that little island. Is there another way I can look at it? there is this. And that. Alright, so I think I will go over there. It's this island around the back. Got 2 difficulty 4 puzzles. Let's start with this one. Mismatch, precision 5. Okay. What else can I do? That's a different piece. Done. Can't go around the corner, so that's an eyepiece. Can't say anything about this. I know it's not this piece, but it could be this one, or it could be like this, or it could be a separate piece entirely. Okay, what about here? So whatever's here, it could fill up a space down here, or you could do something like this. It can't do something like this. And so I think I can connect these two no matter what. Can I necessarily connect it to this one? No, because I could do something like that. So I think I can connect these and I don't know what else. What about here? Could that be part of this? Yeah. Could it be part of this? Yeah. I mean, it would have to take one of those, but yeah. So I think all I can do is connect these two. Can I? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Because this is no good. So I think I can connect those. I don't think I can do anything else down there. Oh, tricky. Where do I go from there? I think I have to think about all my pentominoes. How big was this? So I've got 3. I've got an L, 3. Oh, actually, I can just undo after a restart, can't I? So how big is this? It's 45. So do I have to have one of each? I think I've still got pentominoes up on this other screen. Yeah, there they are. So I'll give them their proper names according to Wikipedia. So we've got F, which is this. I've got I, which is 5 in a row. L, which is that's this one. N, which is like dip, 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 dip. I've got P, which, well, they've drawn it like a D. I'm going to draw it like a P. I've got T, which is this one. U. I've done it wrong. I've got L. V rather. W. X. Y. And Z. Y is 4 in a row. It's like the offset T that I used to call it. X is the plus. and W is Cassiopeia. So, do we need all of them? Well, 45 divided by 5 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 of them I'm getting rid of. Should draw this one again. 3 there. T with a hook. Alright, so I is done. L is done. So what else do we need? It's difficult because I don't know if we're going to use all of them. Well, I mean, I know that we're not going to use all of them. I just don't know which ones I can rule out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, none of these are mirror images of each other, are they? No. There are 12 and I need 9, so I need to get rid of 3 of them. Pull out 3. It's somewhat readable. I was hoping to find that they were exactly the number that I needed. Oh look, this whole thing is shaped like an F. Pentamine. Could that mean that I'm supposed to rule out F? I don't know. So something I can do down here, since the neck is only size 1, and we've got 9 here, I know that something must poke out by 1. So I've got a line there. So given that I have a line there, it could mean that I do something like this. It could be a, let's give them their proper names. Can't find it. Where is it? Y. A Y and a U. Or it could come the above side of this. It could be a Z and a P. Or what else? It could be a T and a P. T and P. Y and P. Or Z. Oh, sorry. I mean, Z and P. T and P. Y and P. Are those the only options? Yeah, I can't do L and P. I can't have an L anyway. T and P. So does that mean it's always a P? Z and P. Y and P. I think it's a P any way I do it. I'm struggling to think of another way. Of course. Or Y and U. So this is either YU or YP or Y, no, ZP or TP. Were those the options? So YU. I can't do the L. YP. ZP. TP. So I don't know yet whether it's a U or a P and a YZ or a T. So that is of limited use for now. But as soon as I get one of those other shapes up here, then I should be able to disambiguate. Okay, what about up here? This could be a N. What can this be? What's got a span of 3? The I is taken. The F won't work here. The L is taken. The N is possible, so N maybe. So actually that's right. It could be an N. It can't be a P. There's no space for its bulb. It can't be a T. It can't be a U. It can't be an L. It can't be a W. It can't be an X. It could be a Y. And it can't be a Z. So it's either an N or a Y. Yes or no. So if it is an N, it's doing this. If it's a Y, it's doing this. Either way, it's going there. So I know that it's hitting that spot. So we've got either this or this. Either way, this is all one shape, other than actually that one. So this here needs to be something with a hook at the end, or a P. So this could be a P, or it could be a Z if that does this. Maybe not, depending on what this does. Can it be anything else? Could be a U. Can't be an L. I've already got that. What else has a hook at the end? Or a ball. The only thing with the ball at the end is the P. Okay, so other things with hooks. Can it be F? What does F look like? No, it can't be an F. It can't be an L because we already have one. Can't be an N. Can't be a T. Could be a U. Can't be an L. There's not room for it to be a W. Can't be X. Can't be Y. So Z. Those are the only options. So I guess together these are NP let's do it that way. PN or ZN. No, it can't be ZN. There'd be a gap. Oops. So if this is a P, this must be an N. So if it's a Z, then this has to be a Y, and this would have to fill that space. So it could be ZY. So this and this. Or it could be a U, and that would again be a Y. So in any of those cases, PN, it takes this space. ZY, it takes more space. And UY, it takes this space. So either way, there's a line there. and it joins to this segment. It could join this one. So PN, ZY, or UI, are any of those incompatible with this? If it's PN, we can have YU down here. If it's ZY, we could have TP down here. If it's UI, we could have ZP or TP down here. Okay, so nothing's ruled out just yet. So I need to do something else up here. So this is this shape, and it can't be this. So this is another piece. This one could be taking that space. We could have an F here. What are the other options? Well, it would have to come here, so that's no good. This is an F. And we've still got two options here. No, we don't. This has to be a Y now. And that means this is a Z. Oh, hang on. Why did I say UI? Oh, yeah. UI was the option. But UI disappeared as soon as this became an F. UI option disappeared. And this is a Y, not an N. So it's a ZY. I mean, I could see that. I don't know why I needed to update the notes there. So that's ZY. That means we can't have ZY down here. Oh, we can't have any Ys or Zs, I mean. So we can still do... Oh no, we can't do any Zs. So this is TP down here now. So T and P. Okay, I should update this. What have I got? I've got F. I've got Y. I've got Z. I've got T. And I've got P. So the only ones available now are N, U, X, W, V. Well, I'm not going to do an X. No way. I need something with 2 poking out. An N would look like this. Yeah, that's okay. There we go. And the whole thing is an F. That was nice. And then we got this one here. Oh, it's another F. This is F Island. This looks nice over here. So yeah, F Island. Let's continue. Mismatch precision 5 again. So, hang on a second. Oh, it's a smaller F. There's only two kind of abreast. So 20. So I need 4 of them again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 possible ones. And I need 5 of 5? Yes. No, 4. 4 of them. It's so small. I want to vibe it. Seven. Oh, this is 6, isn't it? Yeah. Vibing it's not working for me. Let's see if I'm still vibing it. No, can't do that. Oh, yeah, I suppose I should... Anything in the corner must poke out by 1, at least. Because the most compact thing is going to be a P, which will either poke out here or here. It could also be something along the lines of this, but then this isn't going to work. Or something like this. can't have that. No, I can't have this. If I have a Z or an L here, then this is the wrong number of spaces left. So I can't have a Z or an L. Can I have a Z or an L facing the other way? Yes, maybe. And there, then I need an L. Could have an F here and a P there. Oh, that works. I'm surprised that's unique. But okay. Alright, so that's down there. How am I getting on? I am close, 7 away from gold. Hopefully I'll get that done this episode and don't struggle too hard. So I think we're climbing back up all of these bridges. Back up to the top. I think I got everything on this island last time. So up we come, and yeah, there we go. And yeah, back up here, top side. Oh look, this is open now. The challenge. Not ready for the challenge. Got to do these. I'm just going to do them as in the order I see them. Okay. Mismatch and precision. Precision 4. So we're back to tetrominoes. So we are doing at least this, this, and this. That means we're doing this. So I've only got 2 options here. I'm either making an I piece or an L piece. And over here, if I made an L, I can't do a C, so I'd be forced to do Z here. That would force me to do I here. Then I'd need either a T in one direction or the other here. If I did T like that, I'd need another L, but if I did a T like that, then I can do an O. So that works. That is a solution. But I don't like how I stumbled on it. So let's try this and see how quickly it breaks. So if I did an I piece here instead, then I'd need something coming from here that could connect. I think I did get lucky before. Because I've got to make another decision at this point. So if it does connect, then I get an L. If it doesn't, then I get either an L here or a Z. But if I had a Z here, I would need another Z there. So that would have to be an L. That would force this to be a Z. And now over here, I've got another eyepiece, so I'm broken. So instead of that, I have to do an L here. These can't connect. But it does need to come out. Can't connect, so it's a Z. This one needs to be an I. This one needs to come here. It can't be a T like that, otherwise I've got an L. No. Okay. Mismatch. Or is it, was that 4? Was that really 4? It does not deserve 4. No, this is already done. What am I doing? I guess I'm here. Mismatch. Okay. Got that. That might be a 2. It could be 3. It can't be more. So either a 2 or a 3 here. These have to all connect. These have to connect. And they can't be part of that. So that is the 3 spoken for. This can't connect. And I'm not allowed a 1, so that must be it. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and angle all spoken for. All the 1s, all the 2s, and all the 3s are spoken for. So I need tetrominoes or more from here. So you've got to emerge And if this can't go left or right. And if it goes any further, then I need 2 2s, and that's not okay. So that's done. That's a T tetromino and U pentomino. Now over here, I mean, I can see a way to do it, and I think it's probably right. That's V pentomino and O tetromino. Then over here, 2 different shapes. L and P? Yeah. That was nice. Next. Mismatch. Okay, I've got the 1. And that's gonna have to be the 2. Okay, that's done. Can't have a 1 here, so that's done. Can't have 2 L's, but it could be an L and a T. No, then I'd have to have something weighing 3. So... why can't I see this? Oh, that's a long boy L. A 3 and an O. Yeah, okay. It says ILU. OLI. I love you, Ollie. That's what I'm reading. Dot. This one. Okay. Mismatch, precision 5, and polyomino. So these must connect. It could do this, or it could do this. Either way, this and this, and this are connected. Let's make them all blue. All the U are the same. And that means we've got lines there and there. And you need to be connected. The only way you can connect is that way. You're done. Okay. I can see that there could potentially be a U here. I can't nest another L. I could do a T and what? So if this is a Cassiopeia, if this is a W that way, I could potentially have a P and a U. That seems okay. If it Cassiopeia is this way, then I think I'd have to have a P here. And N or Y. So that's okay as well. But I think I've got a P here either way. This is going to be either an I or an L. Alright, let's run through this a little bit further. If that's a W that way, then I need to have an L here, which would make that an I. We've got a P here, and a U here, and an F. Oh, that works. Okay. What about here? 4. Oh, 3. Let's do the 4 first. 1. Mismatch. Nothing else. So at least here, at least here, at least here, at least here. At least here, these may join. If they don't join, then this has to keep going. If they do join, then it doesn't. So I don't really want to do that just yet. If this stops here, I can't have this all one shape. And I can't have an L. I can't have a 2. I can't have a 3. I can't have a 1 or a 2 or a 3. Or a 4 or this. So this does not stop here. I could have a T. Actually, that has to stop, doesn't it? I can't have a single. I can't have a double. I can't have a triple, so that is a T. What else? So, angles, T's, and singles are spoken for, nothing else so far. This really looks like there should be more than one solution. I'm gonna say, let's say these are separate for now. Let's say 2 is spoken for. That would mean this needs to be at least a 3. This needs to be at least an angle, but that's not allowed, so it's at least a Z. And then we're stuck over here. I can't have 3 singles, I can't have a 2 and a 1, and I can't have an angle. So these do connect, and that's therefore done. So the 2 still isn't spoken for, so this could be finished. Let's say that it is. Then what? We could have a P down here. Or that's the only option. Yeah, that's the only option. So it could be a 2 and a P. Or, if it's not finished, then what? We can't have an angle. We can't have a Z. And we can't have a Y because... No, what is that? There's an N. We can't have an N because we can't have a 2 or 2 1s. So that is finished. And we have a P. Up here, I've already got a P, so I can't turn this into 1. I don't have... I can't have a 1 or a 2 or a 3. So I can do a Tetris L. Then I can't do anything here. So I could do a U, but then this has to be in Z. Have I messed up? I can't do this because that's an angle. I can't do this. I'm not allowed this. What am I missing here? Oh no, I've made a mistake somewhere. This might be a restart. I don't know where my mistakes are. I think this is a restart. Okay. So 1 here, at least 2, 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 at least 2. Now I want to chase this again. If these are doubles, this can't be a double. Maybe I chase this actually first. If this is 3, I can't have an angle and I can't have that. So this would have to be a 2, but then I can't have 2 1s or a 2. So this can't be a 2, that's got to be a 4, and it can't come this way, so it's done. This has to be an angle. Okay, I am happy with that. Single is spoken for, double isn't, but let's say this isn't one. It can't be an angle, it could be a Z, but then I can't have an angle. I can't do a 2 and a 1, and I can't do 3 1s, so... Okay, what about this? Oh, maybe I didn't consider this last time. So that looks possible. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see this possibility last time, but that does look possible. So now 2 is spoken for, angle is spoken for, so I can't have 1 or 2 or that kind of 3. I can't go this way, so I can do this, and I don't have P yet, so we're done. Oof. Yeah, needed a retry, but that wasn't too bad. There was a 3 lying around, wasn't there? Oh, was it this one? Yeah. Okay, mismatch, polyomino. So you... the only way you fit... oh no, there's more than one way you could fit. You could be like this with the single in the corner. Or you could go up, or you could go right. But you are at least this big. If you're like this, then there's the single there. And then I think I'd be stuck on this one. Because that would leave a single here. That would leave a single here, and that would leave a single here. So you're not that way. There's 2 other ways you could go. You could go left. And that would force... no, that's not allowed. Because that would give us 2 valid solutions. So what about going down? We'd either have a single here, or that's the tail of the P. If that's the tail of the P... what was I saying about going up? Was it not allowed? Yeah, it was not allowed. So it does go down. And either I've got a single there, or I've got a 3 up here. If it's the single there, then I might have 3 and 1. But if I did, then I'd have 2 valid solutions, so that's not okay. So if it does extend here, I've got a Z. If it doesn't extend here, I've got an angle and a single. I can't say which yet, so let's move over here. This T, I think, forces a single to be here. It could go that way, or that way, and or it could go this way, so it doesn't actually force a single there. Okay, what about this? Could be there, or there, or there. That seems less than helpful. If it goes there, that forces this. If it goes here, that still forces this. And that's verboten. So it doesn't go there. That doesn't help. If it goes here, then this has got options. That's not allowed. That's allowed. Not allowed. Allowed. Are those the only options? There's no T-piece that does that, is there? No. So we definitely do this. We face down. Oh, that's another option. That looks reasonable. Oh, no, it does not. I'd have a single, and I can't have a triple, so I'd have to have a single and a double, which is not allowed. So we're not going that way. Are we therefore going this way? No, because that would force singles both here and here. Not doing that, not doing that, and what was the other one? Not doing that. So I think that means it's not going here. And I already ruled that one out, so it is going here. That means we've got this, we've got a single there, we've got an angle here, and that gives us these, doesn't it? That forces this and a Z. Probably spent longer than that one deserved. I enjoyed it all the same. I want a darker blue. Darker. Yeah. Okay. Any others on this island? Not you. Actually, what I want to know is, are you part of the same... Oh no, you're something new. Solitude. So I shan't go there yet. Now let's have a quick look around. This was something new, I think. Yes, size separation. So I think this was all palisade. There was a lot of palisade. And this was area number, I think. So yeah, I think that it's just the challenge left in this area. But I'm still not gilded. So are there not any plus puzzles here? Or have I just not found them? Or maybe solitude means... Maybe that's sort of an extension of this mismatch rule? And maybe they do count towards the same window? Yeah, I don't see a window here, although these could all be part of one of these, I suppose. Yeah, these might be part of this. Or I'm missing some. I could be missing some. Or there are just no extras. The Glimmith Bridge and Glimmith Overlook didn't have any plus whatevers. Still very suspicious of that island down here. And there was one door. This door. Very suspicious of this door as well. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm sure it's very small on your screen, but... Well, not if you're full screen like I am, I suppose. But you might be on a phone or something. Yeah, I can't see any puzzles in there, but I am still rather suspicious. Alright, challenge time. Can we see anything else in this cave? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, hang on. I think there was something hiding behind something that I said I will find later. Yep, there's one, there's two. Okay, so hidden puzzles time. I said I'll definitely find it later, and then nearly didn't. So one here, and one here. Let's do the 4 first. Precision 5. Mismatch. Why is it so bright there? I guess I'm looking down at the bottom of the skybox down here. Okay, precision 5, so practicing my pentominoes again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Can I say anything else? Now, this one can't come here. So I'm trying to imagine if there can be a separate piece down here. So the most space it could give it, it can't join this, that's too big. So it would have to be a Z like this to give it maximum space, and that's not enough for another one. And therefore, this is part of the same piece as this. Not necessarily here though. Wait, was that fair to say? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Can't come here. 4. Yeah, that was fair to say. I don't like that. Maybe. Nah, yeah, much better. And you're too dim. I think it gives you slightly different sort of subsets of the colours in on each table. Or maybe it's the positioning of it in the game. Maybe it uses some kind of local light for it, but sometimes the yellows are a lot more I don't know, fluorescent than these. These ones are quite muted. No, more so than that. A few puzzles ago, there were some really bright yellows. Speaking of, I wish I had a extended gamut display, like P3 or something. That would be nice. Right. What was I saying? Yeah, this does come here, therefore this at least does this. This at least does this. Therefore this does at least does this. This can't come here, so that is a Y. That means that this is an I. And I can see that I've made a mistake because this cannot now get its space. So I've already made a logical error there. Let's try again. Must you go here? If not, you must be here, you must be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one's in trouble. You can't come here. So yes, you must come here. Ah, I see what I did. I assumed these are separate pieces. Or rather, I think that's what I was testing. I want that dark again. There we go. Oh. When you... So I've got the auto palette there. If I go away from it and then back to it, it should activate this again. Or should it? I don't know. I could argue either way on that. Never mind. Anyway, if I do this, this one can't come around this corner, so it becomes a Y, and then it's done. This one then has to be an I. This is supposing that they're separate. This one then does not have enough space to make a pentomino, to hit precision. Therefore, this does not work. And therefore, it's part of this piece. Now, it could be a P or it could be an F. And I don't know which. Let's say it's an F for a moment. This would have to be at least this big. This has to get out. Either one of them could have this spot, I think. So we could have a Y here. Ah, no we couldn't. With the same problem as before. So if this one has this instead, we've still got a problem. I mean, it fails precision and this one, sorry, it fails match and this one fails precision. So I think this cannot be an F, but instead must be a P. Alright, this one can't come here, so this must egress from that spot. Egress? Must egress? Must egress? Not a word that I speak very often. You can't be the same shape, so you are that. You're a V. Now, what about you? I can see options for you. You can't be a P, but you could be a T or an N or not an F. No, maybe your only options are T or N. I think they are. And therefore, got this. Now, you could be part of that, which would make you necessarily a U. If you're not part of that, you're not allowed to be a P, and you're not allowed to be an L, so you're in trouble. So you could be a U. Or, this is a T, and you're in... Ah! Wait, I think this is what I was saying, and then I just lost track of myself. So if this is a T, this would have to be... It can't be a W like this. So it'd have to be either a P, which is not allowed, or an L, which is not allowed. So I don't think we can have this as a P. I think it has to be an N, which makes this necessarily a U. Now this has to fill this gap, and I think we're forced to be an F. Oh, there we go. Oh, now we've got a super lemony one there. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it is always the same palette. Or was I talking about that on the previous puzzle? I just don't remember now. Oh, we're gilded. Lovely. Now, there was this hiding one as well. Difficulty 5. Precision 5, mismatch. Hey, look. Is it a kitty? I think it's a kitty. Big, smiley, happy kitty. That's actually a little bit scary, that smile. So up here, this looks a lot like a U or a W. What else? I suppose it could be an F. Alright, so I don't think I can start there. I can do at least this and this, but they might be the same piece. Here, now this is interesting. I can only fit 5 in this hole, so something needs to poke in to soak up the last one. So we do have the U there. 3. So this one's going to have to be an N. I don't know which way, but it has to be. It has to connect one side or the other. And I don't know which. Let's say for a moment that it connects this way. Then I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have a W here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have an N here. That would be no good. So in fact, it connects this way. Then we've got a Cassiopeia there. 1, 2, 3. We've got options here. Could be a Y. Could be an I. I think those are the only options. We can't have another N. So it... Y or I? Well, either way... Oops. Either way it hits this side. This square. And either way we've got something doing this. This needs to have one more of these. So it's 4 at the moment. That makes it 5. That's an edge. We'll disambiguate that later. 3 there. And we've got these. This cat doesn't have a tail. That's a bit sad. Maybe it's sort of wrapped around. Is that a butthole? It might be a butthole. There's only one exit, so this has to be a P. I should have counted. I think we're going to have exactly one of each shape. 60 divided by 5 is 12, and there are 12 pentominoes. So we are going to have exactly one of each. That's kind of fun. Is there anywhere else that I could have the 5 bar? Yeah, here or here. Or horizontally, I suppose. Okay, what can you all be? You can't be an L. Because this one would be alone. So this needs to connect to one of these. It can't be both because I've already got W. So you could be a plus here, an X. Or you can be an X here. You're an X either way. That's interesting. This one's part of an X. And therefore it's part of that piece. Now look, if this were part of this one, over here, I've already had a U, so I can't have a U here. And I also can't have a Cassiopeia. So it's the other way. The plus is here. What here? You don't connect to that. I think you're going to have to be an F. I don't see another option for you. So what about here? I haven't had a Z yet. I haven't had an L either though. Now, what were my options back here? It was N or T, and I've already had an N. In fact, I'd already had one ages ago, so I should have finished this earlier. Okay, I still haven't had Z or S or whatever, and I still haven't had L. So you're okay either way. What about down here? I had P. I've had P, so we're not doing P. Have I had Y? I haven't, so that's an option. I've had N, I can't do that. I've had P. I've had F. So I think you have to be a Y. Now over here, I've already had an I, so you have to be an L. That makes you a Z. There we go, there's our V. Oh, is this the tail? Maybe that's the tail. It's a kitty. Where was that? That was hiding around the back. Alright, I think that is that for this area, other than the final challenge of 6ness. So it's 37 plus 1 at the moment. So in we go. Wish me luck. Oh, it's rose windows, and look at this chunky boy. Alright, you are going to have that one, and indeed that one. There's no other way about it. But we don't have precision or anything. You are going to have that, and maybe grow. You... I don't know. You are going to have this, so therefore you are not. You are that. You need to grow. You can't have red or blue, so you are that. You need this. You need to come out. You need to come out. You need blue. You can't hit yellow, so you're going there. You're done. You need blue. You need yellow. You can't come here. You need that one. You have everything you need. You need... Oh no, you've got red. You need blue. You have to go there. This one seems easy so far, though maybe I've got, maybe it's about to get hard. You... Oh, maybe it is about to get hard. Which is most constrained? I don't see it. So for yellows, how far can you get? I mean, clearly you can get that one, or that one. But if you go through this red, and you don't have to necessarily go through that red, you could get this red. Actually, you couldn't. No, you can't have this red. Otherwise, no red can get to this one. So you are having this red, I think. If you get that one, this one's broken. Can you get somehow to this one? I don't think so. I think you are having this red. You don't necessarily go here, you might go this way. So I think you're having this one. But then which yellow? It could be one of these close ones. But can you get to a further away one? I think the answer is no. No, I don't think so. So it's one of these two. Okay, what about you? You could get this yellow and red. You could get this yellow and red. You could get these. That's probably impossible, but I'm not sure. Okay, so it was easy in this part, and it's definitely got much harder. Maybe I'll look at this red next. You, what are you doing? Can you get to this blue? I don't think so. You could have this blue. You could have those. You could have these. You could have these. Are there other options? I don't know, but that's too many. I don't like how many are there. What about this red? You're either having this blue and then this yellow, or this blue and this yellow, or this blue and this yellow, or this yellow, this blue, yellow, 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 or this yellow, this blue, you're not having that yellow though. Oh, you could if you get this blue, right. Tricky. Yeah, I don't see my logic. I'm going to start trying. It's a lot harder when there's no maximum. I can use Mismatch and make some decisions over here. And that'll probably help me later. Look, I've already got an N here, so this can't be an N. That needs to be a whatever the hell that is. This one's done, which I hadn't realised. This isn't allowed to be an N, so it needs to grow somewhere, but it's got two options of where to grow. If I grow it here, that's a shape I haven't had. Is that the shape I have had? No. So both of those are okay. This Cassiopeia, I can't grow that because I have that. I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought that was the same as this, but it's not. This is just a Cassiopeia and then an extra. Oh, that's inline. The other one is darting off at an angle. Don't like that shape. Colour, I mean. Got another Cassiopeia here, which could grow by maximum 1. So either of these could be... Oh, look. Oh, have I made a mistake already? Look, if I grow this like this... Wait, how's that not the same as... That's Cassiopeia. That's Cassiopeia. So that would make it the same as this. this would make it different. And I guess it could do both to be even more different. This one could grow maximally like that. That would then be the same as this. So that wouldn't be okay. Unless I don't grow this one. In which case I would have to grow this. They're the same. So if I didn't grow that, that's not okay. That's not okay. Then we're in trouble. So I think I mustn't grow... Hang on, what have I done? Right, okay, that was on purpose. I think I mustn't grow this. Let me double check that. If I grow this, that's as far as it can go, so it's done. I then either leave this one alone or grow it. See, I do grow it, they're the same. So I would need to leave it alone. Can't leave that one on its own. So I'd have to grow it, but that's the same. So that's broken in all ways. That means this one is the Cassiopeia. Now, at the moment, this is already a Cassiopeia, so it has to grow. And now that's done. This one then cannot stay Cassiopeia. It could grow one in that direction, but that's not okay. It could grow on in that direction, but that's not okay. So it has to grow in both directions, and then it's done. Okay, that probably helps me up here. So, it does help me, look, because now I know that this one needs this blue. And one of these yellows, and I don't know which. So this one then must have this yellow and this blue. It can't go further, or it would block this off. It could go right, if it needs to. This one needs to come out, this one needs to come out, so it's having that. This one needs to come out, so it's having that. Therefore this is having that. This one needs a blue, and that's the only one it can get to. This one here needs a yellow, I don't know which. I've already got a T, so this has to grow. I've already got an N, so I can't do that. That's here. I can't grow it here, or these can't find each other, so that's an L. Oh dear. That's not what I meant. It's this kind of L, a V. This kind of L, a V. So that F is done, and then we've got a P over here. That wasn't a 6. That was a 4 at maximum. Alright. So, 37 plus 2 in Mismatch, and I have attempted and completed every puzzle that I've been able to find. It could be that there are more, but I sure don't know where. There's always a waterfall secret. Are there any waterfalls? I thought that was one for a moment. I think there was a waterfall back here, in the village somewhere, wasn't there? That's a long way back. Oh, this is what I was thinking of, but no, I don't see a waterfall there. Ah! Is that a waterfall, or is that just shininess? I mean, these are cliffs, suggesting there's a drop here. I think that is supposed to be a waterfall, they just haven't done any kind of mist effect. So, is there a waterfall secret? That's the question. I'm not seeing a waterfall secret. Disappointing. And is there a sewer level? That's the other trope. Wasn't there water falling off of the edge of the world somewhere? Maybe not. Anyway, So yeah, here is the area that I just completed as far as I know. And let's have one last little look around. I'm still very suspicious of that island down there, but I'm not seeing anything. I see 2 hobbit holes. 1 and 2. And some very hard puzzles. But I've already done them. Suspicious of this door, but didn't find anything in it. That's a new area. Let's just double check that. Yes, solitude. And yeah. Does this say something? L tit? Maybe not. Alright, so I think I'll... Oh, didn't mean to do that. So I think I will call that a day. Can I zoom out further? Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.